Bitcoin is a teenager already. It's 14 years old, 14 years since inception, since Satoshi Nakamoto white paper. And today, celebrating here in FunOntheRide Crypto News, I'm gonna tell you 14 facts about the Bitcoin white paper you might not know. So if that's something of your interest, smash that like button, cause it's time for Crypto News, FunOntheRide, Crypto at tope. So in today's video, Peter Rizzo, I leave you the link in the information below this video. He's telling us 14 facts, thank you very much, about Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper on its 14th anniversary, and we are going to follow it. First one, coming in at 2,736 words, the Bitcoin white paper is shorter than the Magna Carta, which is 3,550 words, the US Constitution, which is 14,543 words, and the most recent US Infrastructure Bill, 2,700 pages. The average book is 70,000 to 120,000 words. So it's a short one. So you'll do okay, you'll do good if you read it today. It's just 9 pages. Also, number 2, the Bitcoin white paper generated a lot of discussion when published. Moderators of the cypherpunk mail list would even later intervene, telling Satoshi to take his ideas and incessant talk elsewhere. So he was considered for some at the beginning a troll in this forum. A bunch of people seemed anxious to branch the discussion of cryptographic cash protocols off into a discussion of the politics of money. I'm a rabid libertarian myself, but this isn't the rabid libertarian mailing list. So please stick to discussing either the protocols themselves or the direct practicality, and not the perils of fiat money, taxation, your Aunt Mildred's gold coin collection, etc. That's what Perry said. So he said that to Satoshi Nakamoto. Also, number 3, first Bitcoin public supporter was Hal Finney, but he wouldn't respond to the email until over a week after the announcement on November the 7th. Satoshi dealt with a lot of criticism in between. And if you hasn't, you have to watch our video about Hal Finney, which I believe is the true Satoshi Nakamoto in person. And he wrote this: Bitcoin seems to be a very promising idea. I like the idea of basing security on the assumption that the CPU power of honest participants outweighs that of the attacker. It is a very modern notion that exploits the power of the long tail. When Wikipedia started, I never thought it would work, but it has proven to be a great success for some of the same reasons. I also do think that there's potential value in a form of unforgivable token whose production rate is predictable and can't influenced by corrupt parties. This would be more analogous to gold than to fiat currencies. Nick Szabo wrote many years ago about what he called BitGold, and this could be an implementation of that concept. There have also been proposals for building lightweight anonymous payment schemes on top of heavyweight non-anonymous systems, so Bitcoin could be leveraged to allow for anonymity even beyond the mechanisms discussed in the paper. Awesome words. Also, number 4, did you know that the word Bitcoin only appears twice in the whole paper and only in the title? It's widely believed that Satoshi named Bitcoin fairly late in the process. Maybe he has some doubts, and there is evidence that he may even wanted to call it electronic cash or netcoin. Which one you prefer, Bitcoin or netcoin, or maybe electronic cash or some other? Leave a comment below, thank you very much. Number 5, Satoshi wrote the code for Bitcoin before he wrote the white paper. In later posts, he'd mentioned that he's been working on Bitcoin for 2 years by the time the paper was finally released to the world. I appreciate your questions. I actually did think kind of backwards. I had to write all the code before I could convince myself that I could solve every problem. Then I wrote the paper. I think I will be able to release the code sooner than I could write a detailed spec. You're already right about most of your assumptions where you fill in the blanks. Satoshi Nakamoto. More. Number 6, the paper doesn't include the word blockchain. What? Rather, Satoshi calls the Bitcoin a timestamp server. It's a time chain, not a blockchain. Nothing is function, keeping time from the network and what it should replace in prior digital cash systems, their central servers. Number 7, Satoshi saw Bitcoin as an alternative to the mint-based model used by older digital cash systems. This is a difference to prior work like David Chalmers' DigiCash, which was was not peer-to-peer. Rather, the network was divided into two tiers, banks and users. Number 8, the most common word in the Bitcoin white paper is block, which is used a total of 48 times. Here you can see a map of other words we have there: transaction, hashes, nodes, etc. Blocks are batches of transactions that have been timestamped on the Bitcoin blockchain. Number 9, the Bitcoin white paper includes 8 citations to past works, including attempted digital cash projects like B-Money by Wei Dai and Hashcash by Adam Back. Back is the only cryptographer mentioned who still contributes to Bitcoin actively today. If this is something of your interest, remember that Peter Thiel told us inventions from 0 to 1. And we consider that Bitcoin is one of those inventions because from it, everything just was created, but it comes not from nothing. It comes from a lot of technology that all together was combined in order to create Bitcoin. Number 10, the white paper says that CPU power is used to generate Bitcoin blocks. Today, that wouldn't be correct to say, but it's not wrong neither. Most generation is performed by a specialized computer called ASICs. Both provide the central computational power the network needs for operation. Number 11. Parts of the Bitcoin white paper are no longer being worked on by developers. In the paper, Satoshi makes the first scaling proposal for Bitcoin called simple payment verification. It has since been abandoned as a viable solution, for example. Number 12. Following legal attacks, the Bitcoin white paper is now hosted on websites around the world, including by the US government and the city of Miami. The document is in the public domain and he can freely be hosted. That's how Satoshi Nakamoto thinks, so he used that kind of rights reserves in order that everybody could use it. More. Number 13. The Bitcoin developers keep an active list of the inconsistencies, changes, and inaccuracies in Satoshi Nakamoto's white paper. Since its publication, we've learned more about how Bitcoin works in a live environment. I leave you the link below if you want to look at some of them. And number 14. The first website to host the Bitcoin white paper, bitcoin.org, still hosts the document. It's now available in over 14 languages and you can read it at the link below that I leave you there. Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer system in a lot of languages, as I'm telling you. More for today's video from James Sloop. He's telling us fundamentalists should note from the following things are not described in the Bitcoin's white paper. For example, scripts, ASICs, multisig, addresses, mining pools, 21 million coin cap, 8 decimal precision, HD address derivation, 20,016 block difficulty retarget, or best chain is the same as longest chain, and much more. Some things to think about. As you can think about how nature grows, those are seeds, as Bitcoin white paper is a seed that if you are patient and you create the good environment, it will grow and grow and grow, and then you have some cherries. That's good. Awesome, those shadows in the floor from the helicopter for those runners running to Bitcoin. Amazing is the brain we have, like it's able to adapt to everything. It will adapt to Bitcoin too. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Albert Einstein. And talking about the brain, did you know that the FedEx logo has an arrow inside it? Well, also, have you ever thought that Carrefour logo is a C, capital C? Can you see it in negative? Well, some stupid things you only learn in FunOntheRide videos. As I'm telling you, this is 1984 and this was a computer for your watch, which was huge. What about this new technology able of painting you a wall in seconds? Technology is being adopted and is evolving fast in this crazy world, my amigos. What about this car that is thinking about it too much in the crypto world? You might think it could fall, but no, it learns how to survive. And what about this beautiful rainbow spraying at Yosemite Falls? Crazy is watching a snake eating a whole egg. How is this even possible? That's too much. As too much is watching these lions recognizing the woman that was the mama in the past. 7 years later, they recognized her and they didn't eat her but hug her a lot. What about these cats? They kiss a lot because of the Bitcoin candy. And what about this guy? He wants to recover the toy, but it's not possible with yoga in the cards. Finally, he did it. And what about those two? A cat and a dog, a Bitcoin maximalist and an Ethereum maximalist, now friends, enjoying life together. Do that. Do not fight and think that more things are joining us together than the things that put us apart. If you want more of this, maybe in Spanish, go to FunOntheRide where you have the very same video in Spanish. If you want more in English, you just have to wait for next crypto news video here in FunOntheRide.
Health, money, love, party and peace,
And the best is yet to come.
to the moon!